joined by the indomitable Texarcist.
The Texarcist. Is my fan coming through or anything? Is there any
Yep.
feedback? All right, sweet. Because it's hot up in here. Kind of like this playoffs match right here. Oh snap! It's
Oh,
a game.
snap.
This is a amateur champion or quarterfinal against Zero Gravity versus Affinity. They played 2 games already the other night, where Zero Gravity won the first game. They were down 4-2 and came back and won it 5-4, and that was on Alpha Turtle's host. Host switched over for the second game of Affinity's choosing, but they didn't really get a choice because he was the only one that could really pull over Greenhorn, I believe, at that point. And they chose Kent Thrust, and the game went 6-3 in favor of Affinity. And everyone said it was a little bit less cleaner than Alpha Turtle, so the 5-4 was on Alpha Turtle, and we have him tonight for this matchup.
Well, it's definitely going to be a fun matchup because I was looking through the preseason predictions, and these two teams weren't even supposed to make it. Based on those predictions, I believe Affinity was ranked 7, and Zero Gravity was ranked number 10.
10, yeah,
So,
a little bit lower, which Razor loves to stick it to me that I had him so low. So, like I said, prove me wrong, and he has, and now they're in contention to move on and play in the next round, the semifinals. So that's really exciting for both teams. It's interesting what I was saying in the chat last night, because I actually streamed this game, or both their games the other night. Affinity, talent-wise, maybe, is a little bit better, but Zero Gravity has so much more chemistry and just a more collected group that's what's really bringing these two teams together. There's a lot of experience on Affinity, but Joe Pro's really aggressive running style kind of hurt them a little bit.
yeah, I was going to say, it'll be interesting to see because other than last night, the time previous that Joe Pro was on Wednesday Night Grifbrawl, he really just put his team in his backpack and punched his way to victory. So it'll be interesting to see if we see that on the court tonight, or if maybe he's going to play a little bit more reserved.
Yeah. And it's fun here because the winner of this will go on to the semifinals to play Legendary, my team. So I've played both of these teams, I believe, 3 times each throughout the season, 3 or 4 times each. No, 3 times each. So, or no, 2 for Zero Gravity, I think 3 for Affinity. I'm not entirely sure what it was. But anyway, know them very well. 2 very good teams, dangerous teams. Like you had mentioned, they, with the preseason predictions, were not supposed to be here, and they definitely proved that they're worthy opponents and coming down to the 3rd game.
Yeah, both of these teams, they have the exact same record of 13-11. So it'll be, and since they each won a game last night, they still have the exact same record. So maybe the better team with the better record prevail. I was also checking out some of the player stats for Affinity and Zero Gravity. And Tex, do you know who on this roster of either team, who's the most expensive player that is on the court? The most valuable player?
The most expensive, is it, let's see, it's either Uller or Lamb Chop, I believe.
It is Lamb Chop, actually. He is the one who went for the most credits.
Yeah, I was going for him a little bit, and I backed off when I saw that people were aggressively bidding him out very quickly, so I knew I wasn't going to be able to get my hands on him and others. I might actually been able to swing it if I would not pulled one of my other 10 credit players. What was his total amount that he went for?
If I recall correctly, it was 240.
240. So yeah, I wouldn't have been able to get him, but yeah, he's worth it. But last night, he was just a kind of a recap on the defensive side of things. He had 4 stops in a row right on Zero Gravity in the game that they won. He was just playing his heart out on defense. So it was a good pickup. But I want to say Zero Gravity, preseason I doubted them, and here they are, a competitive team and winning games and fighting their little hearts out, and now they're in a position to go to the semifinals. So much credit to them. I can admit when I'm wrong, and I was wrong on them. So congrats to them for making it thus far.
Well, I've got the controller of power. I've got the Grifball, and both teams have given the okay to go. So we are going to go ahead and start off this 3rd and final match between Zero Gravity and Affinity for the play-in round of the AGLA Amateur Pros or Amateur Circuit playoffs.
Yeah.
I always want to say Amateur Pro Circuit, and that's just not right.
I'm starting to call it GAC, and for the Grifball Amateur Circuit, and the GPC for Grifball Pro Circuit. So GAC and GPC is what I've been starting to affectionately calling them.
Mm-hmm. All right, well, here we go.
Predictions. Mid-game here. Let's see. I can't get in. So.
Oh, sorry.
So, no problem. No worries. Oh, what teams? Let's see. I guess it's a Zero Gravity in red. They were blue the other night, so switching up the colors for both teams, and they get the ball off the tip-off. I'll say they're already making a really aggressive push forwards on the plant. Has some tanks pinching off on the left-hand side. One tank left, but there's three Affinity there, and just going to actually push them out. Still threatening, though. A tank still on the plant. Double kill there. Looking good one-on-one with the beat down and walk in. That's Razor for the first score of the game. It makes it 1-0 for Zero Gravity.
I couldn't quite tell who it was, but someone with a unicorn horn was doing work in the spawn. I mean, just kill after kill after kill. They had to have at least a kill tack, maybe even a kill atrocity.
The POTUS helmet would be Snickerdoodle, if I recall correctly. So Snickerdoodle doing work on that plant to lead in Razor, refusing to die. And like I said, little predictions. I know we already got a goal here. If the game goes long, it's definitely in Affinity's favor. I'll say that. But last night, these two teams were really balanced. I know it's going. I really personally think it's going to come down to a 5-4, and I would test fate. Maybe give Zero Gravity a little edge here. I'm going to pick Affinity to win 5-4. And when I've doubted Zero Gravity, they've proved me wrong. So maybe I'm giving them a little edge.
Maybe. Well, I predict that Zero Gravity will be the first to score.
Oh man, you got that right. Yeah, Anonymous, he was in the game the other night, and he's recognizing that Affinity has some serious spacing issues, and that's something that was coming along lines, talking about how they didn't look as good team, and a good push here by Zero Gravity once again, but got their tanks kind of split, and that's going to separate the runner out to mid-court. Still one tank on the right-hand side, but that's cleared out, and they lost their pressure there. But yeah, Affinity was having a lot of issues on the defensive side, spacing, really clumping up a lot. And that's something I have to really give credit to Zero Gravity. They were doing a fantastic job of spreading out on the defense when they were in the pressure zone, up against their backs against the wall, really keeping it spread out. Even though, Snickerdoodle or Greed RV Jr. is known for betrayals, they were doing a very good job of limiting the betrayals the other night. But, were you about to say something? Sorry, Goose.
No, just it seems like the game, as quickly as it started, just as quickly it has put on the brakes. And Affinity has rallied to pin Zero Gravity back in their own defensive end.
And Razor, of course, with the ball, you're going to see Razor with Zero Gravity running it probably the entire time. And the opposite side, Joe Pro doing most of the work on running side. However, Lamb Chop was doing a little bit with the ball the other night in their first two games. So now I will say in that Affinity win, that 6-3, the second game, it looks like it doesn't look like it was about a 45-minute round on the 7th round of the game. So these two teams can really, really stretch out a single round. Yeah, but
that's impressive. 45 minutes for one round. And Tex, for that game, had the game already been decided, or was it still kind of a crucial goal?
It was still up in the air.
Oh wow. That is
it was a 4-2 once again with Affinity, and they finished it out 5-2. And here we go, Zero Gravity threatening on the left-hand side. Got two tanks up against the wall, but they're really trapped in there. It looks like Affinity is going to be able to get some pressure on the runner, push him out a bit. A tank's still back there. It looks like Affinity is letting him run loose. He gets in front of his runner once again. They're going to relaunch an offensive assault from left-hand side, but that's thwarted. And now he's pulling all the way back into his own defensive zone and coming around the right. You still get to see a tank spread out here on the left, but they're collapsing onto the right-hand side. One thing I did notice, Zero Gravity does love to attack from one side entirely. They don't send someone backdoor. No passing really from either team offensively the other night. They were all pretty much tank-ins, pro runs, and turnover scores. So not too many flashy plays from either side. So expect to see a lot of that tonight. Although if I recall correctly, Zero Gravity did try to pull off one launch, and I believe it worked fairly well. They didn't score, but it was doing very well. Major Sackett there saying that one round was 28 minutes. It felt like 45. I don't know. The game was an hour long, so I don't even know how that was only 20 minutes. And a whiff there from the runner put him in trouble, but the sword whiff too. The ball's loose down the corner. It looks like Affinity is going to recover it. That's Lamb Chop with a triple kill and getting the ball out of the corner. Once again, making plays, and now he's taking his runner, Joe Pro, already in the middle of the court. They look like they have some pressure, but Zero Gravity regained composure and is able to push them out and completely clear the offensive zone of Affinity.
Yeah, Lamb Chop earning that 240 credits.
Yep. He likes to put his money where his mouth is, I guess. I don't know. Anyway.
I was about to say he likes to put his hammer where his mouth is, and it just sounded wrong. So, but I said it anyway. So now it's out there for the universe, and enjoy that.
So Affinity seeing a little bit of pressure here. Zero Gravity really trapping him, but Lovable Lamb Chop gonna double kill to ease some of that pressure. Still a tank there chasing down the runner. It looks like one of the tanks is going to turn around and take him out. That was Hero Kenning taking out Razor with the pressure on the runner. But still, Zero Gravity being able to push up and keep Affinity pinned. And Affinity, it's very interesting. Joe Pro loves to stiff arm. He does a good job with it, but that was Joe Pro missing the stiff arm there. Razor's able to kill him. But Affinity can't get that tanking composure. They didn't have too many good tanking pushes. It was more turnovers, Lamb Chop causing some disruptions, Joe Pro getting some clutch beatdowns for them score. They just didn't have the tanking power, it seemed, in those two previous games to match up with Zero Gravity, which is really surprising to me considering the names of the court. Long-term players thought they would be able to tank, but Zero Gravity was... for all intents and purposes, out taking Affinity, especially with Oler the marksman, or however you say his name. He was, I believe, plus like 40 in the first game, or the only game he played the other night. Joe Pro returning the favor. He might get a chance to score here off that one-on-one. He backs off, doesn't chance the score there, the force end, and but he gets a nice lunge on Razor, repaying the favor that Razor took from him earlier. So Shadow's in here saying. He's saying Affinity's going to win with one of his call-outs. So, you're about to say something, Goose?
Oh, just that sharing was caring, major lunges for everybody.
Major lunges for everybody.
But yeah, as far as the length of the game goes, as long as these guys know that we do have a second game for everybody to watch tonight. It is a pro playoff game. So,
it is?
Why are you shaking your head?
It's a veteran league, GGL. Okay. Watching all versus.
Well, they're all pros. Everybody in the GGL is a pro.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah.
Just go with it. Crouching. We have crouching.
Yeah, but there was a little bit of teleportation there. I didn't know if it was my connection or if I saw it look like Lamb Chop kind of like did a little flash step. But everyone taking the knee and sitting there and what's out in. My apologies, Shadow corrected me. It wasn't a shout out on the podcast, and that's what's considered a shout out. So he's just predicting here in the chat box. Make sure he protects his integrity. But yeah. But yeah, early in this game it's 1-0 as we saw, very quickly Zero Gravity was able to tank it in. The ball's been a little bit back and forth, some takeaways here on both sides of the team, but no one's really able to push the offensive board too much. Zero Gravity seems to me that they're tanking a little bit better and getting a little bit better push, but not enough to really cause any damage in the second round.
Mm-hmm. Now both teams just kind of waiting for the connection to settle. Swing of the hammer, and it looks like we are back on.
Yep. So back underway, and still Affinity has the ball. And they have the lineup of Tuna, Hero Ken, Lamb Chop, and Joe Pro. Now, it was interesting. They brought in Tuna. That was their original lineup the first game. In the game they lost, they brought in Arrow, and Tuna went +1, but a lot of the people in the chat box thought she did very well. There was one point she almost had a killing frenzy to lead in and score by herself. So she played very well. And it'll be interesting to see if she can once again repeat that performance, even though Zero Gravity is really taking lead early in the game on the points and causing some trouble for Affinity here. But Once again, let's see. Yeah, he's saying it'll be a 5-3 Affinity win here. And now it's a push up a little bit in the mid-court. Has all 3 tanks there. Quickly chipped down to 1. Might have a chance here. And there's some pressure. Snickerdoodle kills Joe Pro, but the ball gets Franklin all the way back. Tuna Beret. Is it Beret? It's Beret, right? Not, or Tuna Barrett.
I've got Barrett.
Barrett? Okay, that's what I thought. I have no idea how to spell Beret, so I was like, maybe that's it. But Tuna Barrett picking it up, handing it off, and there's some trouble in the corner there. Taking a Snickerdoodle once again, take out Joe Pro, but Affinity is able to recover the ball. A little bit of dangerous moves there for Joe Pro. He got trapped in the corner. Snickerdoodle, 2 carrier kills in a row for Zero Gravity. So it was Razor doing a lot of the takeaways the other night for Zero Gravity, but now Snickerdoodle is definitely filling in and has damaged Joe Pro a little bit. So attacking up the left-hand side here with Lamb Chop leading the tanking way, but the runner's surrounded. He's up in the corner now, trying to avoid some swords, and he actually kicks it out. Tuna catches it mid-pass. Does a great job. She's looking for Joe Pro now. Bounce pass it to him. He jumps and catches it. Very stylistic. Gives that a 7.4 on the performance scale there. And the runner, very dangerous beatdown in front of the plant. No tanks around. And that's what I was talking about. Joe Pro likes to take a little bit of, liberties with his beatdown to cause some, stressful situations possibly. But he got the beatdown, so hindsight is like, yeah, great move. But I would not take the one-on-one beatdown on the plant if I were him. But that's maybe why I'm not a runner and he is. Now the runner, once again, Joe Pro with another beatdown, charging forward, doing some that was Hero Ken doing some damage on the plant, but couldn't get anything out of it. Now they have a 2-tank push here, and 1 tank in the middle, 1 off to the left-hand side. Lamb Chop trying to come up weak side. Got a 2-tank push on the right-hand side, trying to plow into the zone. Cannot. Getting separated from the 1 remaining tank. The runner has to drop back once again and reset the offense and defensive zone. He's going to curl around to where his respawns are, but that's quickly picked up by Zero Gravity. They're doing a good job of taking out the forward tanking line. Takes now sneaking past that line of scrimmage, trying to get it on the runner, but could not. Got picked up. So some stalling here in the Grifball line, or line of scrimmage, whatever you want to call it. But now pushing forward once again, the runner, it looks like he's left a little bit by himself. Didn't go for it, though. I'm not sure. Maybe it was my angle, but it looked like he had a lot of open room and possibly could have got a one-on-one on the goal to score, but did not take it, backed out, and is going to reset the offense once more on that right-hand side, being chased down by a hammer, and only remaining tank got taken out, so they're going to have to completely reset their offense, and the runners back up against the wall, and Zero Gravity's just pushing really, really well, but Lamb Chop holding his own on the backside. The runner escapes 1 hammer by stepping off to the right-hand side, now being chased down by a sword into his own right-hand corner. He backs all the way up, baits him in, and it was Razor. He got the stiff arm on Razor to keep the possession. Now crossing the left-hand side, all the way up against his wall. A hammer is chasing him down. That Snickerdoodle doing some damage, and all of Zero Gravity is in the zone. Could be really disastrous for excuse me, Affinity here. The ball's loose. It looks like a Zero Gravity is going to be able to pick it up, get a beat down Lamb Chop, and popped out with a hammer. Snickerdoodle's going to kick it back. Razor picks up the ball. Well, I assume it's Razor. I actually don't know. And Joe Pro takes it from Razor with the sword lunge. He's moving forward. He's looking to score. Takes it 1 hammer. Now he's got some takes it there. Going to try to thread the needle and gets it tied up as it's 1-1.
That was a fantastic turnover that Joe Pro forced. I mean, in his offensive end, the runner was all alone. All the other tanks were either respawning or on the other side of the court. Those kind of quick counterattacks are just so vicious. And even though it took a little while, we are now 1-1 with Affinity versus Zero Gravity.
Yeah, what an interesting turn of events there for Affinity. They were all the way back up against their wall, looked like they were about to give up a goal. Or excuse me, they had the ball, and they threw it in the left-hand corner. It looks very dangerous, and they got the turnover, and Zero Gravity was able to pull it out, and then just that little turnover, it was just straight up able to turn it into a goal there. And now, once again, Zero Gravity with the ball. All 3 tanks there off the right-hand side, but they're up against the wall as Affinity's trying to do some damage. Lamb Chop one-on-one with the tank. Or excuse me, the runner, and the runner throws it dangerously on the plant. There's a couple of Affinity members there. They might be able to pick up a score. They do. That's Tuna able to pick up 2-1. Bad pass by Ol right onto the plant, and that's going to put Affinity up 2-1, their first lead of the game.
I mean, isn't that always the way it goes? That you have a round that is so hard fought and it's a total chess match, And then the next round, there's just a dumb mistake. I mean, a mistake that can happen to anybody at any time, but it's not one you ever want to happen in the playoffs. I mean, it was just a bad throw, and definitely Zero Gravity gifted Affinity with that goal. As for those in the chat box who have noticed, do not adjust your television screens or your laptops. That is, in fact, a replay. Our producer, I guess, Cal
Oh, here comes a goal, and it's Affinity, or excuse me, Zero Gravity tying up 2-2. Razor just got left by himself, and it looked like all Affinity just forgot where he was, and he ran straight in.
All right, Cal, let's see it again. But yes, Cal has handed over the driving duties to me so that he can dedicate his entire time to creating awesome things like the graphics and the instant replay. So please enjoy.
Yeah, the instant replay is pretty awesome. And Zero Gravity pulling the ball off the tip-off here in this 5th round. It's 2-all off of that almost very close to a pro run. Just got the ball and ran forward. And Zero Gravity, look at the thread, it looks like they're going to easy walk in there. And that's Keith with the ball, scoring it. The first goal by someone besides Razor for Zero Gravity. And that makes it 3-2 Zero Gravity. So this is the first time Zero Gravity has actually been in a 3-2 situation. They've gone both games previously. They were in 4-2 situations. 4-2 where they came back to win 5-4 and then losing 5-2 and making it eventually 6-3. But so they've not been in this score. This is was untested waters for both teams here as Zero Gravity is taking the lead and trying to score or threatening to push it up to 4-2.
Yeah, it definitely makes you wonder who's got what on the game, as if somebody has maybe a bet on how long the game will take. Because, that second round was definitely, quite drawn out, and then there's just a rapid fire of goals on the and offense. So, I don't know whether they were sleeping or they were playing their Pokemon
down here.
Side.
You might have a chance. No, sorry.
Nope. So, I mean, again, so it's kind of like they took a nap and now they've woken back up and we're back to some more fast-paced Grifball. And I'm sure saying that they will prove me wrong.
Well, those 2 previous goals were both by, they weren't just straight tanking. The team really didn't earn it, per se. It was mistakes on the defense. The turnover, which led to a really quick push and wide open lane. Or, excuse me, the pass, which was really horrible on the plan. And then that last one, Affinity just lost track of the runner. Just let him run right around him. And he got an open lane on the right-hand side and ran it in. So defensive collapses and a bad pass have led to those 2 quick scores. Now, when these teams are performing at all, Pistons, excuse me, it does get drawn out. But if the mistakes keep coming, you can expect a very short game, of course.
I can actually hear some of Affinity's team chatter. The headset's right next to me, and I can hear Tuna Barrett yelling, "Get it, get it, get it, get it out!" So very, very intense communication going on for Affinity right now.
Those are technical terms right there.
Yes. Get the thing, and move the thing.
Joe Pro taking his liberties with sword punches there. Razor whipping on him, but couldn't get to the runner. Now Joe Pro running into pulling a matchmaking. Might be rewarded off this one-on-one situation there. Has to get stalled out. Lamchop steps up. 2 tanks for Zero Gravity holding the runner out. But Affinity has all their tanks there. That's a clear out there by Hero Cannon. Getting a double kill on the plant to tie it up 3-3.
So we definitely have ourselves a Grifball game here, and you always love to see 5-4s. You love to see it come down to that golden goal, and you can't get much more golden goal than this 3rd game in a playoff series. So I'm very excited and hope that this bodes well for the rest of our evening of Grifball, which again, we do have another game coming up after this one, so please stay tuned.
Yeah, we say it all the time. There's nothing better than a 4-4 game 3. It's the best, our closest thing to overtime in Grifball. So it's looking like it's going to pan out as these teams are now trading goal for goal and playing very well on both sides when they're just straight up tanking, or at least making great plays. Now, I wouldn't say playing very well because there's been mistakes, but definitely having some exciting plays with bad turnovers and whatnot. But Zero Gravity getting the ball here in this 7th round, and the deadly 7th round where it was a 28-minute game according to Major Sackett. So we'll see if they draw this out. It's a 3-3-all or 3-all both teams, and you don't want to go down 4-3. Definitely ever. You don't want to go down ever, but in a pressure game like this, when everything's on the line, you don't want to drop it and have to score 2 in a row. So.
Oh yeah, maybe they take the term seventh inning stretch a little too seriously.
Yeah. So passing back and forth here for Affinity as they have the balls moving up that right hand, or excuse me, Zero Gravity. I don't know why I said Affinity. It's the color change from the other 9. Zero Gravity doing a little bit of a defensive passing. They're going to hand it off to Razor there. He's stepping up, and looks like a Lamb Chop going to be able to challenge him maybe. No, it's going to get intercepted by Tank. But he picks that one off. Is going to still continue to pursue the runner. The runner's in some trouble. Gets one beat down. A couple of tanks on him, but Razor's able to kick it out before any more pressure. Actually survives the tank, so a really good move there by Razor. He was able to kick it back in, do some damage, and now put some offensive pressure there on the plant. He's in the corner, and Joe Pro picks him up and trades out. Actually, it looked like Lamb Chop killed him out. Sorry, I apologize for that. But now they're charging for there. The runner getting a little anxious, being a little bit more aggressive, and I don't think that's Razor with the ball. He's generally not that aggressive. Do you know who has the ball currently?
No, you've got the tag. Well, I don't.
Oh, that's Snickerdoodle. Snickerdoodle, the POTUS. I should know. The horn come out of the head. So she's been a little aggressive to running. And against the beatdowns, that's like 3 beatdowns in a row for her. So an interesting side here, a little bit of change of pace for her. And she's behind her taking line, moving the left-hand side there. But Affinity once again trying to corner the runner. Cannot, as Keith is doing some damage, taking out not only Joe Pro, but Lamb Chop. It looks like they finally handed off to Razor. And they're going to charge up here. Got some pressure. 2 tanks split out, one from the middle, one from the left-hand side. The runner's on the left-hand side. I'm seeing a little bit of teleporting there from the runner. I don't know if anyone else caught that or not, but in my eyes maybe it was just my connection, but it looks to be clear now from my point of view, and still having some offensive pressure on that left-hand side. Razor with the ball, getting another beat down. Affinity in some trouble here. They were down to 1 tank. Finally clearing it out. Looks like the runner got popped up by 1 spy hammer. Razor's going to kick it out before he gets hit again, and then it's a safe pass back as Zero Gravity holds on to the ball. Now he's in the back.
It's worth noting, Tex, that there are 2 FOTUS armors on Zero Gravity.
Oh, really?
Yes, there are 2 unicorns.
Okay, well that's Snickerdoodle. I know that because she just got a beat down. It says in the Ladil. So Snickerdoodle with the ball again. So it's interesting that Razor's doing some tanking here. He just killed Lamb Chop, and Snickerdoodle with another beatdown. She seems to be handling the ball well, changing roles from tank to runner in this game. And they have some pressure on the right-hand side with 1 tank, but all of Affinity's there is going to push them out, and they're dropping back once again deep in their own defensive zone. Now the runner looking for a line and has a take on the left-hand side. Affinity having a little bit of issue here. There's a person on the plant. Might have a free pass here. Beatdown. All they have to do turn and go forward. This is really dangerous for Affinity as Zero Gravity has some pressure. The runner's going to make a move, runs it in. That's Snickerdoodle making it 4-3 for Zero Gravity.
Well, to be fair, she does live in Italy, which means that she's got like a 5-hour head start on everybody else playing here in the States. I thought that was funny. Cal didn't even laugh. It must have been really bad.
It was funny. All right, so 4-3. The ball's still there. It looks like Affinity's going to be, or excuse me, Zero Gravity's going to pick it up. They're getting a little antsy, but Lamb Chop punishes them for doing that. Gets a double kill, and that's going to give the ball back to going pop it Affinity. It gets up in the air, and Lamb Chop picks it up, is finally able to claim it for Affinity here. And as everyone knows, or at least I would assume majority of our viewers know, this is a 9-round game. So 1 more goal for Zero Gravity, and the game's over. The series is over. I don't know what's going on. Seeing a test there, test in progress. Okay.
What?
Your video has dropped. You are now a test in progress.
Goody.
You are a test in progress.
I am a test in progress. Yes, that is me.
So
I'm sure Cal will fix it.
You look a little square there, but all right. Nonetheless, Affinity with the ball in their own defensive zone off that left-hand side. Got Lamb Chop trying to move up the right-hand side. Now he's curling back to the left, or the strong side. The runner has to get Joe Pro with another beatdown to protect himself. He drops behind it, respawns, and he is deep in his own defensive zone. 1 take on there and taking a very dangerous beatdown there. No tanks were around him, so I don't know. That was just a ballsy, pardon the pun, beatdown. As you're risking an easy turnover and a game-losing goal. at this point. As I said, Zero Gravity only needs one more goal, but he's an aggressive runner. He gets those stiff arms. He loves
Come on, Tex. You gotta go big or go home. This is the playoffs.
Oh, playoffs! You want to talk about playoffs? Playoffs! No, but it's looking like Affinity's not really getting some tanking cohesiveness. So they're back in their zone a lot, playing against out of the wall, just respawns charging forward and hoping to mutual out. They're really not getting that one tank to really just push forward and clear away for the runner. So it's looking really bad. There was Sword chasing down very close there. I believe that was Tuna that stepped up and canceled out with the sword before whoever could get to the runner. Once again, another sword come in there, and that was Keith chasing down the runner once again. And now they have someone on the left-hand side, Hero of Ken, trying to make some moves there, clear some ways, but he's mutualed out in the offensive zone. Now deep back in the zone.
I really want to see Affinity.
There's a turnover, but the ball gets Franklin high in the air. That's good for Affinity because had it been right there, Zero Gravity might have been able to pick up, but they have some pressure here off that side. The runner's looking for something that has one tank, but Affinity is able to defend, and very close call for Affinity there. Zero Gravity almost had just the game-winning goal.
And you call that a heart attack?
Yeah. As I said, some now pressure on Joe Pro with the lunge. They have some pressure to move forward here. One tank, two tanks, lamp chops. They're trying to. It looks like what a turn of events again. Affinity turning an almost given up goal into a score to make it 4-4.
Again. Wow. Affinity with that lightning fast snake bite of a counterattack. I mean, that is just vicious from Joe Pro. Again, proving the first time is not a fluke. So, oh my gosh, Tex, this is it. This is like the
4-4.
ultimate showdown of Ultimate Destiny.
Oh, and we might have a pro run. They're charging forward. It looks like Zero Gravity's fighting. They have all their tanks there. Affinity has two tanks. One tank for Zero Gravity. Still the runner's going to make a move. Might be able to pop-up by Hero Ken. Saves the day for Affinity. What a pop-up by Hero Kenton. The runner was going.
No matter what happened.
Zero Gravity loves to try those pro runs, and they're threatening again on the right-hand side. One tank there. Runner gets a beat down. Ooh, that was close. The runner might have been able to make it to the plant. The spawns were on the opposite side of the goal, and the runner might have been able to make it before he got popped up. But playing is safe. It's 4-4. You got the ball. Joe Pro chasing down the runner. He's getting those crazy lunges. He was there, though, and not enough time. So. Woo.
It takes so much experience, so much discipline to not just run in on that. Like, to back away, whether or not he could have scored doesn't even matter. Like, it really shows the skill and the discipline that these teams have to walk away from that.
Gets beat down, though, there, trying to challenge the runner. But yes, I agree with you. It does take a lot of discipline. As Green Army knows, the Green Team Tech School of Running is you just rubber band your joystick forward and hit the jump button a lot. So that's work. So 4-4 here. Anybody in the chat box want to change their opinion now? Who's going to win? Zero Gravity has the ball. They're running forward into danger zone. He's going to have to kick it back because the runner's just surrounded. He's actually going to challenge it. Gets one sword and kicks out before Joe Pro can sword him. Probably the right call there, as Joe Pro's been menacing to Razor when he has the ball. Razor's on a killing spree here, but finally picked up by Lamb Chop. The runner for Zero Gravity has to drop all the way back, and I'm not entirely sure who has the ball right now for Zero Gravity. Someone with the POTUS armor, so maybe it's a Snickerdoodle again. I'm not entirely sure.
Tex, do you keep calling it POTUS with a P?
Yeah, President of the United States. That's what the helmet's called.
The enemy has dropped the ball. Let's focus on that.
Isn't it? It's called POTUS. It's a POUTS helmet. That's what they have, don't they?
It's POTUS. The unicorn is FOTUS. FOTUS.
I thought it was bad TV. I thought it was a POTUS.
Well, POTUS is President of the United States, but Barack Obama is not on their helmet, so it's a unicorn.
Well, you never know. It's a phallic object. I mean,
whoa.
All right, this is a family show.
That's what I'm saying whoa about, Tex. You talking about...
We got some crouching here.
All right, so let's slow things down. We're getting a little too excited. Take a knee.
Yeah, they're taking a knee. Time out. Too much pressure. Affinity's a little excited there. So, looks like Lamb Chop's hammering a sword away. I don't know. See if he can hammer jump. But anyway, I think. Well, I don't know. So I'm gonna Google this right now.
No, POTUS is president of the United
No,
States.
I just want to know why it's called. I believe you. I just want to know why it's called POTUS. Oh, alright. Looks like we're underway, so it doesn't matter. Affinity. The runner not getting maybe the same start that everyone else did. Dangerously just sitting there in front of a... I don't know. Sitting in front of the goal, but back underway. Affinity with the ball. You know, Joe Pro... What's that?
That makes me so uncomfortable.
What?
Just how close the runner is getting to these swords in wide open spaces, just like this over in the corner there. You know, he's lucky to be getting those stiff arms. So, I mean, not completely lucky, but oh god, it's so dangerous.
Yep, but that's what they've done all season, and it's gotten them playoffs. I know last night, and Hero Ken was coaching him a little bit to limit the deals, and it looks like Affinity might have a little bit of pressure here, but Oler getting a double kill, clearing out all the pressure there, and getting a triple kill, taking out the entire Affinity's tanking line to end that pressure. So for once, it looked like another crouch here. So crouching once again. Looked like Affinity was going to have a good tanking push, but they couldn't get anything out of it. As I said, Oler just is it Oler? Yeah, it has to be Oler, the marksman, right?
I always call him Earl, which I know is not right, but all the letters are there, so I call him Earl the marksman. But you're right, it's Oler?
Oler.
Although in Spanish, two L's make a Y sound, so it could be Uyer.
Uyer.
Uyer and Yug would be great teammates.
Oh my gosh. Oh no. Look up Oler.
Look up?
I'm gonna look it up.
I actually looked up what?
What? What hell?
Well, you said look. You said look up, so I looked like farting up in the sky, and
just
anyway, we're back underway. And
yep. The runner's going to evade that hammer. He's running off to the right-hand side there for Affinity. Behind Hero Kenton. Kenton picked up by... I actually don't know who killed Ken there. It didn't pop up. Oh, that was Razor leading the way. A beat down there from Joe Pro. Keeps the pressure... keeps the tyranny of Joe Pro's fist alive. Down with Joe Pro's fist. As he just loves taking on those very dangerous beatdowns. But he's doing okay now.
We have a sideline report here from Piggy saying that Tuna reports it is very laggy.
All right. Joe Pro on a killing spree. He's going to make a move for it.
Oh!
See, there you go. He was risking it.
Again.
Anti-clutch.
I think that was Hero of Canton. Once again, the anti-clutch.
No, wait. Why was Hero Kenton anti-clutch?
No, wasn't he the one who got the save?
No, he was on the team that had the ball. But look here, Affinity has the ball. Joe Pro trying to make something happen, could not. Yeah, it was, and the ball's thrown back. I didn't see it. Like, what was it?
Cobb. Whoever's call sign is Cobb. That's what I said. He was the anti-clutch.
I didn't see
he was destroying somebody else's clutchness.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay. And now Joe Pro in some trouble. He's going to kick it very dangerously right across the plant. A couple of zero gravities there. They didn't pick it up. The sword is on the runner. He's going to kick it back across. They try to intercept it. It lands in Joe Pro's hands. And look at this. There got some room to run, but no, just enough. The beatdown just held him up just enough to stop that. He had zero gravity opposition. There was two to three zero gravity members behind the runner, but the beatdown slowed him down. And there's some exciting ninth round play here in Grifball. So
I feel like I need like a bowl of popcorn and maybe some antacids.
Oh, he's in some trouble. And a turnover there. This might be it. He's all in the zone. He's running. And with the sword and lunge, that's zero gravity advancing into the semifinals for this AGLA Amateur League game. Wow. Let's see that replay.
All I hear is just screaming out of the headset.
As you can see, Joe Pro not getting rid of the ball there. In middle, 3 tanks.
Yep, here's the...
Oler was able to slide in there with the sword and just take him out.
Oh, Cal, that instant replay spinning taxi, you're too much.
I love it. I love it. I think it's great.
Well, holy cow, what an end to this series. Best of 3, all the way to the 3rd game, all the way to the last goal. Cannot say enough how hard fought these two teams threw down. Yesterday, today, fantastic game. So here is the stats breakdown. Why don't we break it down now? So the Marksman had 1680, Racer had 1665, Snickerdoodle had 1595, and Keith had 1475. For Affinity, Joe Pro had 1800, Lovable Lamb Chop had 1660, Tuna Barrett had 1645, and Hero of Canton was 1595. Again, there's your goal layout. Assists, so some good teamwork there by Zero Gravity. They definitely had more assists and more defenses. And there were 2 interceptions during the game, and those both came from Joe Pro. And on your KD spread, the Marksman was positive 22, Razor was negative 1, Snickerdoodle negative 16, Keith negative 11. Joe Pro was positive 19, Lovable Lamb Chop negative 7, Tuna Barrett negative 12, and Hero of Canton negative 28. And I think there's a perfect example of quality over quantity, because he had so many absolutely ridiculously clutch stops that kept his team in the game for so long, but he went negative 28. So, a player whose stats might not reflect his quality. And yeah, I think that is those are the stats. Let's see how many beatdowns Joe Pro got, because that's always an interesting one. Series 19. So 19 stiff arms for Joe Pro.
Yeah.
But it was not enough. Ultimately, his stiff arms were not stiff enough to fend off Zero Gravity.
Just wow. I just, words cannot express the end of that game.
My heart is racing, and that was so fantastic. What a great series. So hats off to Affinity for putting up a fantastic fight. They definitely proved they deserved a higher seed than they were given at the beginning of the season. And also, tip of the hat to Zero Gravity for just coming out and proving that they deserve to advance, that they deserve to be in the playoffs.
Yeah. And so our next game is in about 14 minutes or so, or if the teams are on or whatever, I don't know.
No, the next game is Legendary.
No.
Why are you telling me to say things that are wrong? How's
I'm Ron Burgundy.
Legendary, and I'm like, what?
Easy as pie versus Watch and All, but yeah, I think what Cal was saying was that they go on now. The Zero Gravity goes on to play Legendary, which is my team.
That's what you were trying to say.
I think that's what he's probably getting at.
Pointing at your picture and saying Legendary. I'm like, what do you want me to do? So, thank you, Cal, for that. So yes, Zero Gravity will go on to play Legendary at a later date.
Yep.
So I look forward to that one as well.
Yeah, to start. I get to start scheduling right now. My team's ready to go. So they were asking me last night, like, hey, when we're gonna play? So maybe. Am I muted? No?
What?
Am I muted?
No.
I just see something at the bottom of my little picture there. I don't know. It was confusing.
Oh, I have. That's my my camera. Since we're using the video camera instead of the webcam.
Okay. All right. Anyway, so yeah, looking forward to playing Zero Gravity, and this is their chance to get the ultimate payback on me, saying, "Hey, thanks for ranking me so low." So it'll be very fun, and I'm excited to play.